Students, we are studying chapter 14, Forest and Wildlife Sanctuary. You might have heard the word forest. Forests are the thick grown of trees. Large area is covered with the trees, that is called as forest. Clear, students? Forests are thick growing of trees in a large area. And India has a thick forest in every state, and about 20% of the land area in the country is covered with the forest. Clear, students? So 20% of India's land is covered with the forest. Forests grow on their own. Yes, you. Some birds or animals, they eat, they throw away the seeds. Sometimes with the help of rain or wind, seeds are planted, and by rainwater they grow on their own. So in the forest, trees are grown on their own. We do not plant them. Now these forests are very helpful to us. Yes, how? See, we get many things. I'm going to ask everyone this thing. What are the uses of forest? Okay, everyone has to answer me. So keep thinking what you get from the forest. See, forests give us trees, the furniture which you are using in your home is also get we are getting from the forest trees, medicines, fuel for burning, herbs, all these things we get from the forest. Okay, now forests provide us many useful things. Trees roots hold the soil and prevent soil erosion. Yes, soil erosion means you all know you have studied about soil yani mitti. So when we grow the trees na, the soil is stuck by that. वो hold कर लेती है roots को. And this way soil is not going. Soil erosion means soil moves away with the help of wind or water. That is called soil erosion. So when we grow trees and plants, soil remain at that place. It is not flowing away. So it helps to protect the soil also. We get timber. Timber yani wood, लकड़ी जिसे कहते हैं. That is called timber from the forest. Forests provide a safe home for wild animals and plants. Yes. See, if there are no forests, no trees, then where these wild animals will live? Yes, they have no home. So, forests are the home for wild animals. Tourists visit forests to see the wildlife sanctuaries, and rated resorts. This brings good revenue for the country. Yes, you might have visited the wildlife sanctuaries, as in Rajasthan also we have Ranthambore, Kevladev, Ghana. These are the wildlife sanctuaries. Wildlife sanctuaries means the area protected for the animals to stay. That is called wildlife sanctuaries. Now, India has many different types of forest. You all know. Different types of forests are there. As we have different types of soil, same way different types of forests are also there in India. So we'll be studying about this. The first forest is tropical rainforest. Clear, students? First forest is tropical rainforest. Tropical rainforest or evergreen forest grow in places near the equator. See, equator is a latitude where direct sunlight is found. So, tropical rainforests are found near the equator. The places get heavy rainfall and sunshine throughout the year. See, near the equator, sun rays fall directly. So, lot of sunlight is found and rainfall is also heavy. So, these forests are called as tropical rainforest. So the trees here are tall with the broad leaves. As heavy rainfall is there, so leaves are very broad. The wood of this tropical tree is hard and durable. And the wood of this tree is very durable. Durable means long lasting. It is not getting dissolved easily. The tropical rainforest grows in Kerala, Northeast India, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Okay, student. So where this tropical rainfall is found? In the region where heavy rainfall is there. In our state, Rajasthan, we don't have heavy rainfall. Yes, you have studied now because we have desert area. So heavy rainfall is in Kerala, Northeast India, and Andaman Nicobar Islands. So such forests are found there. And the common trees of such forests are ebony, mahogany, and rosewood. These woods are used for making furnitures. Clear, students? So which trees are found? You can underline these things. Tropical forests are grown in Kerala, Northeast India, and Andaman Nicobar Islands. And the common trees are ebony, mahogany, and rosewood. Now we move towards the next forest, that is deciduous forest. Deciduous forests are also called as monsoon forest and are thick and dense. In India, these forests are found in the Western Ghats, on the foothills of Himalayas, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Madhya Pradesh. Clear, students? Where deciduous forests are found? You can underline these also. Deciduous forests are found in the Western Ghats, foothills of Himalayas. Foothills yani southern part of Himalayas. Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Madhya Pradesh. And the trees. These trees are found in the deciduous forest. They are teak, sal, sesame. And the wood of these trees is expensive and then mainly used to make the furniture. Teak, sal, you might be hearing from your parents also. Yeah, this door is made from sal tree or teak tree or sesame. These woods are very durable. They for a long years they remain safe. So these sesame woods are used for making doors and windows. Clear, students? So deciduous forests are thick forests and they are found in Western Ghats, foothills of Himalayas, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Madhya Pradesh. And sesame, teak, sal are the trees which are found here. Now we have the tidal forest. Clear, students? The tidal forests are grown in the delta regions of the Ganga and Brahmaputra. See, delta region means where the rivers meet the sea. They are called as the delta region. And the mangrove trees are found here are short with the rubbery leaves. So in tidal forest, which trees are grown? You can underline mangrove trees are grown. The trunk of the trees are so thick that they are good for making boards. So these mangrove trees are used for making boards. Clear, students? Which trees are used for making boards? Mangrove trees. These forests grow in Sundarbans in West Bengal and Pichavaram in Tamil Nadu. Have the distinction of being the largest mangrove forest. So, in tidal forests, which trees are grown? Mangrove trees. And where they are grown? In Sundarbans in West Bengal and Picharam in Tamil Nadu. Students, you can underline this also. Now, Sundarbans is also the nature home for Royal Bengal tigers. So, Sundarbans is also the natural home for the Royal Bengal tigers. You might have heard the Royal Bengal tigers. So, these tigers are found in the Sundarban deltas in tidal forest. Clear, students? So, this was about the tidal forest. So, tidal forests are found in the deltas of river. Clear? And mangrove is the tree which is found in the tidal forest. And mangrove tree is grown in the Sundarban Delta. Sundarban Delta is formed by the river Ganga and Brahmaputra. Clear, students? Sundarban deltas are found in the deltas of river Ganga and Brahmaputra. So this was about the tidal forest. Tidal forests are found near the river banks. Now we move towards the next forest, that is alpine forest. Alpine natural vegetation found at an altitude above 400 meters is called alpine vegetation. So these forests are found at height Students, altitude means at height. So at the mountains, this forest is found at the height or at the mountains. Natural vegetation found at an altitude of about 400 meters is called an alpine, means at the height of 400 meters. Such forests are found. Now, which type of trees are there? Conifer, deodar, and pines are the trees found in this alpine forests. Pine, deodar, silver fir, and spruce are the popular coniferous trees. These trees have soft wood that is used to make paper. You might have visited hill stations, students, Shimla. There you can find these trees are their conical shape. They are called as conifers, deodars, and pines. And these trees are used for making paper. Clear, students? Soft wood. The trees have very soft wood. Clear? Which trees had hard wood? Deciduous forest. Yes, deciduous forest has very hard wood. But this alpine forest has very soft wood and they are used for making papers. Alpine forests are found in the Kashmir Valley and the Himalayas in India. So which regions is there for alpine forest? You know, mountain region. We have Jammu and Kashmir. Yes, Kashmir Valley and the Himalayas. These are the places where alpine forests are found. Clear, students? So alpine forests are found at the height, and deodar, conifers, pines are the trees found, and these roots are used for making papers. So now we move towards the next forest and how we should see need for forest conservation. Conservation means protection. How we can protect the forest? Why we have to protect the forest? Because forests are very important. They are useful to us. See, we cut down trees recklessly. Recklessly, yani without thinking. We cut down trees for our use to clear the land and to make the roads, canals, cities. This large scale of cutting trees is called deforestation. Yes. So what is deforestation? Cutting down of trees is called as deforestation. Dear students, again I am repeating, cutting down of forest is called as deforestation. Now, deforestation makes the soil barren and dry. The climate hotter and the climate is very hot and puts the life of wild plants and animals in danger. Yes. So we need to protect. See, if we will cut down the trees, the wild animals will have no home because forests are the home for wild animals. In this first page only we have studied this. So we should it is there is a need for protection of the this forest. If we destroy the forest, wild animals' life will be destroyed. So we should stop this cutting of forest or stop deforestation. But what we should plan do? Afforestation. Afforestation means growing of more and more trees, more and more forest. We have realized the importance of trees. Yes, see, trees are very helpful. How? See, they trees help us in bringing rainfall, make, maintaining the environment cool, pollution free. So trees are very important. So we should have the habit of growing more and more trees. And in India, the government is also making all efforts to its innovative program called the Vanomatsav to plant the trees. Yes, our government is also taking steps to grow more and more plants. For that, government has started Vanomatsav, and this program is being taken out in the first week of June. Dear students, Vanomatsav is being done during the first week of June. This program is commonly called afforestation. It is celebrated at the beginning of monsoon every year. And monsoon we have in the June and July. So during that week we celebrate Vanamahotsav. Clear students? So need for conservation is very much, because if we will not protect the trees, our life will be in the danger. Now we move towards the next part, that is wildlife sanctuaries. Now, wildlife sanctuaries of India. Many wild animals are commonly found in India. Elephants are found in the hilly areas of Karnataka, Kerala, Odisha. Lions are found in the forest of Gir areas of Gujarat. Students, you can see on the screen, I have given, there is a map of India, and it is showing in which part which animals are famous. First of all, I'll make you clear what is wildlife sanctuary. Okay, students? So, this wildlife sanctuaries. Sanctuaries are the reserved area. Means this is the place where the wild animals can live freely. They can move freely. See, we find animals in zoo. Yes, you might have visited, many of you might have visited zoo. So what happens in zoo? In zoo they are fed. Animals they are given food. But in these sanctuaries they make eat their own food. Means they eat, if they want to eat some animals or grass, anything. They are free to move anywhere. In the zoo, they are kept in cages, but in sanctuaries, they are free to move anywhere. And many of you might have visited the sanctuaries also. Now, here there is a story about the Chipko movement also. Chipko movement was non-violent movement protested by the women in Uttarakhand who held the trees to prevent the felling by the forest development. And the movement took place in the 1970s. Yes, this movement was started by the women in Uttarakhand to protect the trees, for the protection of trees, because they were cutting down the trees. So this area has been undertaken by the women. Now, tigers are found in the Sundarbans and the Brahmaputra Valley. So, which animals are found in these wildlife sanctuaries? So, tigers are found in the Sundarbans. We have earlier also studied, and in the Brahmaputra Valley. The king cobras and krags are the snakes found in the country. Birds such as parrot, common crow, hawks, hornbills are commonly found in India. See, these are the animals and birds which are found in India. No. Common crow, hawks, hornbills are commonly found in India. These are the birds, students. Okay, parrot, crow, hawks, hornbills. These are the different types of birds. Other birds like pheasants, geese, ducks, menas, pigeons are also found in India. Wildlife sanctuaries and national parks are places that protect the wildlife and birds from poachers and hunters. Here, animals roam in unnatural environment. Means here the animals are free to move anywhere without any harm. India has over 80 national parks and 150 wildlife sanctuaries. Clear students, how many national parks? The government has also initiated the projects and programs to protect the wildlife animals. Yes, government has also taken a step to protect these wildlife programs and, and wildlife. So how many national parks are there? Students, you can underline 80 national parks and 150 wildlife sanctuaries, because these type of questions will be there in your Google form test. So you need to underline now. And some of the national parks which are there in India, in our Rajasthan also there are many national parks. Now, some of the parks and sanctuaries of India. Corbett National Park, it is in Uttarakhand, it is famous for tigers. Ranthambore National Park, it is in our state Rajasthan. Periyar National Park in Kerala. Bandipur National Park in Karnataka, Kaziranga National Park in Assam, Sarsangir National Park in Gujarat, Sasan Gir, okay, that is Gir forest. It is other name is also Gir forest. Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary in Rajasthan. So two are there which are famous of our state Rajasthan. Which are there? Two, Ranthambore National Park for tigers and Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary. So in Bharatpur different types of birds are found. It is also in our state Rajasthan, students. Clear? So in Rajasthan we have two national parks that are Ranthambore and Bharatpur bird sanctuaries. Now what are these different animals found here? Now animals in sanctuaries and national parks. Black buck, common name for an antelope, is also found in Belvedere Black Buck Sanctuary and Bandhavgarh National Park. The Sarus crane is the world's tallest flying bird. It is found in Sariska National Park, Bharatpur, Sariska National Park. Sariska National Park is also in Rajasthan. Clear, students? So, Saras crane, it is the world's tallest bird. You can underline Saraska crane is the world's tallest flying bird. It is found in Rajasthan, students. Clear? So, Rajasthan is also famous. Now, we have Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary, Corbett National Park. The Asian elephant is one of the largest land mammals on the earth. Students, you know mammals which means which gives the birth to baby animals, a human, same animal that is called mammals. And it is found in Bandhanwag National Park, Dudhwa National Park, Corbett National Park, and Periyar Jungle Resorts. So these elephants are found in these are the national park: Bandharwad National Park, Dudhwa National Park, Corbett National Park. The Indian rhinos has one horn. It is found in Kaziranga. Okay. So Indian rhinos they have one horn. One horn यानी एक सिंग होता है. They are found in Kaziranga National Park and Manas Wildlife Sanctuaries. So one horn rhinos are found in India. Now Bengal tigers they are also called as Royal Bengal tigers or Indian tigers. They are found in Sundarban deltas and also found in Kanha National Park, Bandhanwag National Park, Bandipur National Park, Ranthambore, Manas Wildlife Sanctuary, Kaziranga National Park and Corbett National Parks also. The male Indian peafowl, commonly known as peacock, is found in almost every sanctuary national park. Yes, you might have seen this peacock and it is in India. Clear, students? And the Kaziranga National Park in Asia, which protects the endangered rhinos, Periyar in Kerala, which conserves the wild elephants. The Dishgam National Park also runs the programs to Hangul or Kashmiri Stag. So these are the projects which are taken by the government of India for the protection of wildlife. Clear, students? Again I'll explain you the meaning of national park and wildlife. See, national parks are the reserved area that is started by the central government for the protection of wildlife, animals, plants, everything. And wildlife sanctuaries are the reserved area for the protection of these wild animals. Clear, students? So here we have